But anxiety as a whole, as I've said, it should kind of be seen as a stimulus. It should be seen as a benefit to you, because at the other end of that anxiety, this unknown event that you are not aware of is a spectrum of good and bad outcomes. And as I've talked about specifically for the gym, but really in life in general, the spectrum of benefit or the spectrum of hindrances in your life that are going to come as a result of this inevitable event, it's really under your own power where you are going to end up on that spectrum. Hey everyone, Dalton with Spot Fitness. Before we get into the video, make sure you check out spot-fitness.com for any exercise apparel or accessories that you might need. But most importantly, where 50% of net profits are donated to exercise science research and education. So it's truly a purchase with a purchase. You know that you're giving back, your money's going towards a good cause. I've talked about nearly ad nauseum at this point on this channel about the unfortunate fact that nearly 90%, 9 out of 10 people who go and are new to the gym suffer from gym anxiety. This can be from a plethora of different things. It can be related to performance. They're afraid that other people are going to judge what they are capable of in the gym. It can be related to appearance. So people are afraid of what other people are going to think that they look like. They may not be skinny enough, or they may not be muscular enough. Whatever it might be, it is an unfortunate fact that gym anxiety or gym intimidation is an affliction that a vast majority of people who are exercising or trying to exercise are suffering from. But anxiety, and anxiety in general really, but specifically gym anxiety, gym intimidation, I think it gets a bit of a bad rap, because anxiety in general, and really this is a topic for emotional health as a whole, anxiety isn't necessarily a bad thing. And we've talked about the definition of it before, but just as a reminder, it's any kind of nervousness about an uncertain event that is inevitably going to be coming. So whether that be the math test that you have the next day or your first day at a new job, it's just something that you're not entirely sure what is going to happen, and therefore you're nervous about it. But what anxiety fundamentally means is that you want something to go well. Nobody ever gets anxious anticipating that something is going to go poorly or hoping that something is going to go poorly. You don't get nervous because you want to do bad on your math test. You don't get nervous because you don't want your first day at your new job to go well. You get nervous because you want these things to go well. And it might just be an overall trend of you being a conscientious person in general, of wanting to do a good job, of wanting to set the bar very high in everything that you do, whether it be that math test or work or going to the gym. Nervousness, anxiety is just a product of you wanting things to go well and not knowing whether or not they will. So as a bottom line, anxiety and gym anxiety stems from you just wanting things to go well. And that's admirable. You should want things to go well when you're in the gym. Who the hell wants things to go poorly when you're going into the gym? You want things to go well. You want to do well in your weight loss journey. You want to do well maybe in your weight gain journey if you're undernourished. You want to do well in your pursuit of strength or hypertrophy or speed or power or just overall metabolic health. Whatever it might be, whatever the reason is that you're going to the gym, the fact that you're nervous about it, nervous whether or not you can attain it, nervous of whether or not you have it, the intestinal fortitude to go out and achieve it, you only feel that way because you want it to go well. And I think you should take comfort in the fact that whether or not your progress, your processes in the gym, the overall result of what you are going to achieve is well within your power. Whether or not something goes well or whether or not something goes poorly, most times in life, but specifically in the gym, is all under your own volition. If you work hard and you follow the fundamental principles of exercise and nutrition, which aren't complicated, they can be complicated to implement, but they are not complicated in theory, you are going to do well. So you don't need to be nervous about whether or not you're going to fail. You don't need to be nervous about whether or not you can achieve your goals. You can. Just follow the simple steps that I lay out in a lot of videos on this channel, and you can obtain your goals. And anxiety is not something that you need to be crippled from. It's something that you just need to learn how to effectively cope with. When anxiety becomes a disorder, that's when it is crippling your life and leaving you unable to perform in domains of your life. So people who have like social anxiety disorder, they can't leave their house. It's affecting, that level of anxiety is affecting their lives. People who have any kind of performance anxiety disorders like public speaking, or people who suffer from insomnia, they essentially have performance anxiety when it comes to sleep. Those are disorders that are actually inhibiting their ability to go to work or to go to sleep. Those are disorders that actually need to be talked through with a psychological or medical professional. But anxiety as a whole, as I've said, it should kind of be seen as a stimulus. It should be seen as a benefit to you, because at the other end of that anxiety, this unknown event that you are not aware of is a spectrum of good and bad outcomes. And as I've talked about specifically for the gym, but really in life in general, the spectrum of benefit or the spectrum of hindrances in your life that are going to come as a result of this inevitable event, it's really under your own power where you are going to end up on that spectrum. And as I've said, if you go to the gym, you put your head down, you work hard, you follow the rules of progression, you're having fruits and vegetables with every meal, you're focused, you're consistent, you are going to end up on the beneficial side of that spectrum no matter what, I promise. So remember, the next time that you feel anxious about accomplishing your fitness goals, the next time you feel anxious about going to the gym, the next time you feel anxious about what other people might be thinking of you when you are exercising at the gym, remember that you only feel this way because you want these uncertain events to go well. You're fundamentally nervous, you're fundamentally anxious because you want a positive outcome in your life. And as I've said in this video, that positive outcome is inevitably attainable if you just follow the simple rules of fitness and nutrition, which follow this channel to study those rules, to become acclimated with them, to understand not only the efficacy of them, but also the effectiveness of them when you put them into play. And remember that anxiety is not something that has to cripple you. It's simply just something that you have to negotiate with, and something that through proper negotiation can ultimately lead to a host of benefits in your life. Thank you for watching. I'm Dalton with Spot Fitness. Let me know down in the comments, how do you deal with anxiety? What are the positive outcomes that you've reaped in your life from overcoming any kind of anxiety, but specifically gym anxiety that you've suffered from? Like and subscribe if I haven't said that already. Check out the website, spot-fitness.com. I'll talk to you next time.